Hello, everybody. This is VSG Nibbles, aka Debbie. I got a new haircut. What do you think? Anyway, lots and lots to talk about since I was last here. Met with my surgeon, whom I love, and we talked about what I should do. Should I have the sleeve? Should I have the bypass? And really, he came down sitting 50-50. His recommendation was with the bypass, I wouldn't have to worry about the possibility of the reflux and the GERD that other people sometimes develop with the sleeve. But he would do either one of them, and he thinks either one of them would be very successful. And he said if he had to make a decision, he said, because I am so young, get that? Because I am so young, he would he would go 51% leaning towards the bypass. So since that time that I met with him a couple of weeks ago, I had the opportunity to go to two meetings that I thought were fantastic. The first was the support group that the hospital runs, and it's put on by some of the bariatric center's staff. One of the surgeons was there, and probably 200 other people who, most of them were post-op. They did do a quick little before and after, we got to see their before photos, and we had to find them in the audience, and it wasn't easy. They looked totally different. And that was exciting to see that, and to see them at all various stages of their process and at all various stages of weight loss. People who have lost a couple 100 pounds, people who have lost 50, 60 pounds, didn't really matter. And then at every one of these meetings, they give out ribbons when you hit 75 pounds. So, so you get a blue ribbon when you lose 75 pounds. So that's cool. They also talked about some of the things that they have coming up. In a couple of weeks, they do their December meeting, and that will be, more like a party. And they have light fare, so they have food that we can eat. And down the line, they have a fashion show. So they do fashion do's and don'ts, and they do makeovers, and you get to apply for one of these positions, and they take you to the store and they walk you through, the departments and help you dress the way your new body would look best. And that's really exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing that in the spring, and maybe if I'm even lucky, a year from that, get a makeover. So that, I thought that was kind of cool that they did that, because they're looking at the whole picture. While I was there, one of the surgeons, this was Dr. Claros, who's not going to be my surgeon, but he's the other surgeon. He commented on something that I've shared a few times on the group's wall, but also that I wanted to put out here in the video in case there's somebody who sees this who isn't part of the group or who missed it when I post it. He commented that the weight loss surgery, it doesn't really matter which version you go with, but weight loss surgery is now no more dangerous. It's just as safe as natural childbirth. And, none of us go in to this surgery thinking that we're giving birth. But we are going into this recognizing that we're going to have a new life out of this. So, we're giving birth to ourselves, to our new self. And that's kind of what I've been thinking about a lot since I've looked into this surgery. But the other meeting that I went to was something they call the pep rally, which if it was me, I would switch the names of these two and have it be the pep rally for the big 200-person meeting, and the support group for this. There was probably 9 or 10 of us there. And that's once a week, and for about an hour and a half. And I was lucky enough to be the only pre-op person there in a room filled with post-op sleeves and bypasses. So basically, they gave me the meeting, and I could ask anything I want. And believe me, our topics went all over the place. Some of them probably not fit to discuss on a family-friendly YouTube video, but I mean, we talked about everything, and there was nothing that was out, off limits, and nothing that we didn't have different opinions on. Not necessarily in a bad way, but just, oh, I did this, and so did that, and this worked. It worked out both for well for both of us. But it's nice to be able to get together with a group of people who all have the same physician. I mean, as you know, we see on the Facebook site that, so, oh, well, my physician said this, and my physician said something totally different, and my doctor said this. So we're all coming at this from the same place. And, we can say, oh, well, go ask Dorothy being our dietitian, or Maureen, the bariatric director. Or, I mean, there's just a lot of places that they can refer me to, and others, that is a little more personal. Now, the big thing about this, what they're calling the pep rally, the small group, it's totally patient-led. There is no one from the hospital involved. All they do is give us a meeting room once a week. And we just get together, we chat, we do whatever we want to do. There's no, it's not affiliated with the hospital at all. So, any medical opinions and all that liability stuff. But it makes it real. We can go in there and we can talk about our situations. We can look at what everybody else has done, which office staff person's driving us nuts or whatever. And it really was helpful to me. And there were people there at all different, periods post-op, some who were, just celebrating a year, some were only a few months, some who were several years out, and how their lives have changed because of this. And I have to tell you, without a doubt, every single one of them said that their lives have totally changed and improved. So I'm really looking forward to that. Plus, it's also local people that I can say, hey, I'm struggling. Let's get together. And that's really beneficial. This is something that anybody can do at any hospital. So if you don't have this kind of a support system at home, if you don't have, a hospital-run small group that you could attend or be part of, I highly recommend talking to your surgeons and saying, hey, I'd like to start a group. And it doesn't have to be every week. Maybe it's once a month. Maybe it's every other week, whatever. But I really think that the benefits are huge to everybody who participates. So I'm going to continue to go. I think it's fantastic. Like I said, I was deciding over the last couple of weeks between sleeve and bypass, and the more I talked to people and the more I thought about it, and I really think what I need is, especially over the last few weeks, and I'll get to that in a second, I really need the most restriction possible. I need the biggest voice in my stomach saying, excuse me, you're supposed to be behaving yourself, don't eat that. And I think that the bypass will give me a louder voice than the sleeve will. So yesterday, I popped into the office for my last weigh-in. No appointment required. I just popped in, said, hey, I'm here for my final weigh-in. And the nurse took me back, weighed me. We chatted for a little bit. I was on my way. And the office is probably 15 minutes from home. And I was about halfway home when I got the call from the insurance coordinator to let me know that she was getting ready to send everything in to Aetna for final approval. And she just needed a decision on which way I wanted to go so she could put that information with the materials. And I told her, I said, let's go with bypass. If we discover something when Dr. Elchar does the endoscopy in January, we can change it to the sleeve if he thinks that would be the best option. But for now, we're going to go with the bypass, which I never, ever expected myself to say. But I'm kind of looking forward to this now. I was very worried about the rearrangement of my plumbing, and I'm not anymore. I'm not. I've learned so much from this group, from the education that I've gotten from the surgeon and all of the support staff at the hospital. It's been fantastic. I'm really impressed. But I'm not going to change my name. It's still going to be VSG Nibbles because changing it's a real pain in the neck. So that's what I'm going to do. So as of yesterday at about 1:30, my insurance was submitted, and they said it takes about 2 weeks. And seeing as I know I'm not going to have surgery until January at the earliest, yeah, they can take their time with mine. I don't anticipate there being any problems. I lost weight. I'm continuing to lose weight. I am not required to do a pre-op diet. I probably will do a little one, maybe a little bit. But I've lost enough weight that the doctor says my liver has shrunk enough. And I will try to behave on my vacation in New York as much as possible. But I know I will probably also be more active. So I'm really looking forward to this next month or so before my life changes. And I've started to have a problem with my jeans. They don't always stay up, and that's good news. Not going to buy any for quite some time, so I'm just going to have to learn to deal. And hiking my pants up every few minutes is not a bad thing. So that's where I'm at. I still have my little guy, Nibbles. This is another one of my elephants. I don't think I showed you him before. He just hangs out on my desk to remind me to take things one bite at a time, literally and figuratively. And I need his constant reminder. I have purchased myself a pair of winter jammies, nice fleece pants that have elephants on them. They're a size large. Size large, yeah, I can't remember the last time I didn't wear something that had an X in it. So size large is a big step for me. And I'm hoping to be in those clothes, in those jammies, before winter is out. Although I'm not really sure winter has hit here because a couple of days before Thanksgiving, we had 70-degree weather. And then the day before Thanksgiving, we had a blizzard. And then yesterday, I was wearing shorts again. So welcome to Southeast Pennsylvania. I think that might be it for now. I hope that this helps some of you think about the support group options. I think they're fantastic, and I won't miss a meeting. I think it's very much like Alcoholics Anonymous, where you just know when you need to be surrounded by people in your shoes. And these things helped me. I highly recommend, if your hospital does not have what we call the pep rally, which is just a small support group of a handful of people, think about starting it because it will benefit you so much. Our hospital also has an app for our phones that has everything you could want on it. Instant connections to the dietitians, the social workers, the bariatric director, and it has a forum that you can ask anything you want, very much like Facebook, and you can develop friendships and cheer people on and whatnot. So that's been very helpful to me also. So I'm kind of excited. I wish the best to all of you, and I'll keep you posted on how things are going. Have a good one.